Welcome back, it's just Dan, and today I'm going to continue talking about PSA slabs that you can find on eBay. Once again, we're going to be looking at eBay's PSA vault, and I'm going to keep looking at PSA 9s. Sticking with Japanese under $30, and we're still going to be focusing on cards that are before 2020. So we're still looking at cards at the Sun and Moon era. If you're anything like me, these cards are cards that you can probably buy them, break them, and eventually resubmit them to get a 10, or maybe resubmit them for a tag. But you know, we can talk about that later. Anyways, I got 5 new cards. These are the cards that I got, and like always, I will leave a link for the cards that I see on the description below. For the first card that I got, we're going to be talking about is going to be from 2019 Sun and Moon Hidden Fates. Right, we got a Mewtwo. So for a PSA 9 right now on the vault, you can find it for $30. As for the population, there's 1,998 on a 9. So honestly, it's been graded pretty heavily, and that probably has to do with the fact that it's a promo card. Overall, for a Mewtwo, $30 card for a Mewtwo, it's not a horrible deal. I do feel like maybe some of the Mewtwo cards, this one might not have a lot of value just because of the base 151 set, as well as Rocket's Mewtwo, which I think is going to be like a pretty sought after Mewtwo. But overall, if you're looking for a cheap Mewtwo to add to your collection, this one doesn't seem like a bad find. For the second card, we're going to be looking at a tag team card. So again, from 2019, we're going to be looking at the Sun and Moon tag team era, and we got Greninja and zoroark. Oh, I'm already butchering that name, and I'm not going to do a retake. Anyways, so for a PSA 9, there's around 99 copies of this card in a PSA 9. So not heavily graded. That's why you can find it for $30. In a PSA 10, you're looking at over 1,000 copies. So it seems like it had a pretty good success rate at getting it as a 10. As the reason why is this one didn't get a 10, I don't know. You can zoom into the picture and see it. You know, you might see centering right off the bat, but if you don't see any centering, any whitening, then you're probably looking at surface issues, right? But $30 for a PSA 9 card that's 5 years old is kind of the baseline price. So overall, it's not a horrible deal. All right, next card from 2019 Sun and Moon, we got Silvally from the Dream League. So on a PSA 10, there's around 437 copies. A PSA 9, well, there's 84, and a copy and a 9 will run you around $30, right? So once again, these Japanese cards keep showing that they have good a good success rate at getting as a 10. Don't know the reason why this card got a 9. Right, but $30 for a 9, you can probably think that a 10 is going to run you somewhere around $50 to $70. Silvally is not necessarily a very popular Pokemon, but it's still one of those rare Pokemon that during the Sun and Moon, it definitely got pushed, right? But now that we're in the Scarlet and Violet era, you don't hear about it at all. There's no mentioning about it. There's no cards for it in the Scarlet and Violet era, which makes sense. So kind of rare, kind of hard card to find. If you're looking to complete a Pokédex, this is kind of like one of those higher priority Pokemon that you can probably go for. All right, going a little bit older. Next card that we got a 2018 from the Sun and Moon era from the Eevee starter set. And we got Eevee itself, the Eevee Gx. For a PSA 10, we got around 150 copies. On a PSA 9, we got 45. A copy for a 9 will run you around $30. So this one, population ain't high, so it's a little bit more rare, considering that is 7 years old. $30 for a PSA 9 seems like a pretty fair price, honestly. As for Eevee is a fairly popular Pokemon. Parity to the the value or the amount of money for this card is probably not going to increase too much, seeing how Prismatic Evolutions is the new Eevee market, right? So if you're looking for a cheap Eevee outside from a promo card, this one might be like a simple card to get. Nothing too flashy in the background. It's a decent card. And the last card that we got, I kept this one last because it has a very low population regardless of 9 or 10s. And it's a very basic Pokemon. On top of that, it's a 151, right? It's a normal type. So we're going to be talking about 2016 Sun and Moon era. From the Collision Moon set, we got Taurus Gx. So for a Taurus Gx in a PSA 10, you're looking around $27. Sorry, not 27. I'm so sorry. For a PSA 10, there's around 27 copies. For a 9, a PSA 9, there's 14 copies, and a 9 will run you around $30. I mean, we're talking about a low population count for a Pokemon, for a 151. Taurus is pretty well known too, and the fact that it got like a new evolution in Scarlet and Violet shows that this Pokemon is not completely forgotten. So honestly, this is one of those cards that I like too. Like, I like a lot. Personally, this would be the card if I could buy it, if I wanted to buy it today. This is a card that I would buy it. I don't know, right? But not a bad find, honestly. Probably the best find from this set, or from all the cards that I talked about today. Anyways, those are the 5 cards that I went ahead and put up in this video, or that I found. For a PSA 9, as you guys saw, the baseline price is $30, and honestly, I don't know for how long that's gonna be. PSA is increasing their prices. They're buying cards directly from the people who are submitting them, so inventory changes quickly. But overall, I kind of get excited for cards like these, especially if you're collecting if you're filling out a Pokédex full of slabs. This is not a bad way to do it. You know, keep your costs low, collect rare Pokemon, and if you like it, go for it. Like always, I'm going to be putting the link below on the description, and if you saw the video, all I would say, just like it. Don't have to follow, just like it. Aside from that, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.